$13.1 billion profits posted for the last quarter. 56% of them came from the world-beating iPhone 5 and other preceding iPhone models. But what spooked the stock market is the suggestion that maybe Apple isn't as innovative as it once was, that it doesn't have the product that is going to set the world on fire in the bank waiting to be released. And also there's the suggestion that maybe the rivals such as Samsung are the ones with the momentum now. Apple's been on top for so long that in a sense, there's only one way it can go. I think we should be careful about linking the decline in the share price with the chief executive. There are clearly going to be cultural changes, but Tim Cook was very much there when Steve Jobs was there. There are some problems that Apple have got that are far more to do with who else is making phones and the phones that Apple are making, rather than necessarily to do with one individual, I would say. I think what we're going to see in a year or 18 months is a much clearer picture of whether Apple continues to be the driving force of innovation or whether it is going to become just another mobile phone manufacturer. Now, if they're just another consumer electronics manufacturer, sort of ranging across tablets, phones, there is still a huge amount of scope to make these multi-billion-dollar profits. So in a way, it's a nice problem to have if the only problem you've got is how to go up the hill from $13 billion. But the key problem with what Apple is facing is that competition, is expanding markets. They're not the force in China that they are in America, for instance. But what Apple has got to keep doing is proving that it is the innovator, that it justifies continued investment. Or the other approach is to say Apple is now a mature company. Think of it like an oil company. It's going to continue to deliver huge profits. Maybe it will keep paying a consistent dividend. The share price might stabilize lower than those $700 and something highs, but it's still going to be an amazingly valuable company. Apple isn't a company that rushes to do anything really, but what we can see is that Tim Cook, the chief executive, saying that television continues to be an area of intense interest for Apple. That's a hint perhaps that there will be more coming. The fabled Apple television set perhaps might actually break cover sometime this year. But then there are rumours that have been around for a long time. What we can say for certain is that Apple will continue to sell iPhones. It will continue to use older iPhones as a way of powering its way into new markets. It will keep selling iPads. It will keep those two form factors, even though it said it would only ever do one iPad. And yes, there'll be new products, but what I think we should continue to see from Apple more than anything else is huge sales of existing products and iterations of existing products.